Within the survey, 54% of people said that they are aware that the risk of developing dementia can be reduced. And I think that's something that we don't talk about very often, how we actually reduce the risk of developing dementia. And I know you and I work very hard at keeping our brains active and trying to keep fit. So I wonder how you would address that with people.
It really is, quite simply, you have to take responsibility for your own health and well-being and for your own fitness. And it's all those things that people all sort of take for granted but never really want to discuss. It is making sure that you eat well, for instance. There's so much research out there now, isn't there, that's gone into lifestyle, that big umbrella lifestyle, which takes in what you eat, what you do, how you use your brain, what exercise you do, the lifestyle you lead. That's what we have to look at. We have to look at our lifestyle. So think about what you eat and what really is going to be good for you. Think about the kind of exercise you do, because again, there's so much research that demonstrates that if we keep the blood pumping and getting oxygen to our brains, then our brains are healthy. If we can keep our brains active, do you know the best thing you can do to keep your brain really active is learn a language. And you don't have to become fluent in it. There is something to do with the synapses in the brain that get to work when you are learning a language. Even if you never get to speak it fluently, the fact that you are making your brain learn another language is what makes it really, really work. And if you really don't want to do that, well then do jigsaws, do all those other things.
I think again from the survey, we had 20% of people who thought that if somebody in their family had dementia, that they were likely to get dementia. And we know that if we look after ourselves, then we diminish that risk. And I'm sure you've come across people, perhaps in your role as ambassador to the Alzheimer's Society, talking to people who think, no, I'm going to get dementia because my mum had it or my dad had it. And that's not the case at all.
No, it isn't. There are bigger brains than mine will ever be who have done so much research into this. And on the whole, there is only, in a very, very small percentage of the population, a genetic cause of dementia, which can be passed from one generation to the next.
From your experience, do you think that there is a higher risk for you because your mum has dementia?
Yeah, you bounce it genetically. You ate your parents. I do look like my dad, and well, my dad looks like me, but you do. So you think, and then the worst part is when you do forget something. Is this it? Have I started? Am I going that way now? Is this it? And then you think the worst. But you do. I personally, because both parents have gone down that sort of journey of, you think, well, I'm not looking forward to getting old, because if this is what we're all going to go through, it's a bit scary, isn't it?
Is that something that you feel that you're at risk of?
I never thought so.
Well, I did actually, because Mum had pernicious anemia to start with, so it's always perhaps in the back of your mind. But I feel I've got past the stage that when Mum perhaps started with early onset dementia, if you like.
And I think we all are aware that there are things we can do in our lives that will help to reduce the risk of us developing dementia around our lifestyle, keeping more active, eating well, the right foods, reducing alcohol consumption, those sorts of things. I don't know whether you've adapted at all or...
Well, you are right, because you do need to adapt. I mean, everything's okay in moderation. That's what they say, balanced diet, balanced lifestyle, and that's true. The more that people know and the more knowledge they have, and it's only going to help everybody in the long run.